Morning. Down here in Uwharrie National Forest today, standing in the middle of a fairy ring, getting ready to trek straight behind me through that mass, trying to pinpoint a trail I can get through. Don't look like there might be, maybe there, maybe. We'll find out. But the plan today is to go to a slightly new spot. I've been close, and really those last 2 or 3 areas I wanted to get some test pans out of, go and hit those. The water levels let me do it. I'm not exactly sure. You can't ever tell what exactly the water's doing here until you get here. None of the streams from the road or indicators really let you know what's going on. So we'll find out how the water looks when we get there and what we can do. But if today is a bust, I'm not too far away from somewhere I can pull out a little bit of gold and rescue the day. So let's go and see if we can find some gold out here. And here's the fairy ring. Some of them are a little further away. And that's probably caused by this stump here, the root structure rotting away from around it and creating all this good food for this fungus to live on. It is kind of I don't know how it's so cool, but yet so muggy out here this morning. Super high humidity, everything is super wet. There are storms coming in this afternoon, so we got to get it and go. But this is my trail. I don't see a trail either. It's not just you. I can hear water though. And where I'm hearing water, that is my destination, straight forward that way. But I might not be able to get there that way. I might have to backtrack and walk up the creek. We'll find out. Hey guys, I've made it up through here. Got about wet on the way. I like the way this looks. It's a long straightaway. Right before a bunch of bendy bits in the creek. There's a lot of float in the river today, as in logs and things like that have been floated down. There's a lot of impacts. Starting to be a lot of leaves. So there's a 20-30 yard stretch in here, just before a big bend. And I'm gonna scratch around and see if I can't find some pay. If not, I got to spot a little downstream. I'm going to look, but it looks completely different. All the logs have been moved around, the sediment's been laid down in new spots. Let's find some gold. Have you ever heard the old thing about you dig where the bubbles stop or where the bubbles pop? So this rapid here is creating bubbles. It's got increased velocity and it's pushing the gold through. And find an area where the bubbles are popping, and there should be some heavies. And it's just what they say. So as I'm looking, it looks like most of the bobbles are making it to this area here. You can see a large rock in there. So the backside of that rock might be worth digging. It also looks like somebody else thought that as well. So let's see if there's anything left in there. That looks like flood gravel. You see right there at the end, I had a little bit of decent material, but everything else looks like flood gravel. I'll shake it anyway, see if there's any gold in there. Might be some flour. Let's have a look. Lump of clay. So here's where we're at. So I see one nice speck, and there's some fines in there too. That's not too bad. But you know, somebody had just cleaned that out and that got washed in. There was scraping bottom. That's just a little pocket, and there's nothing worth working there. But we found a little piece of gold. Let's go find something else. Hey guys, checking in. I hope the picture today is coming in better than my last few videos. I realized it was my camera case that has gone past its prime and has gone fuzzy, hazy. So I didn't take my phone or my snuffer bottle or anything, and I went exploring. I did a couple pans. I just used my imagination. I try to imagine the creek at flood stage. I know we're coming up on some bends, so I was studying the walls. Less of the shape of the creek, more of the walls of the creek. And I was looking for a place where the sheer wall broke, just right where it broke. And I dug there, and I'll show you what I got. I was trying to find where the wall broke because that would be where the flood would start overflowing that bank at a more considerable rate, and maybe that would create a little bit of backspin, low pressure deposit area. But that's a big piece of gold, and that's a big piece. There's 3 really nice pieces in that pan and a bunch of others. So I'm pretty excited about that, and wow. So hey guys, gold fever is a real thing. You see a little gold, it changes you, and you just don't think right. I'm flipping out over here. I'm going upstream, downstream, looking where I dig, looking where I hiked in, following the creek, looking for my snuffer bottle because I can't find it anywhere. I thought I lost it, dropped it in the water, floated away. After about 10 minutes of that, I reached in my pocket. So that's gold fever. That's what it'll do to you. It'll make you scatterbrain, make you forget stuff. And I don't just lose your snuffer bottle in your pocket. Check this out. Boom, there's old Angus McKirk. I threw it in there, threw some of that float log on top of it. It's just going to sit there. I'm going to go up to where I found that good dirt, and I'm going to dig me a bucket or 2 and come down here and run it and see what it looks like. I might need to do another tester up there to make sure it's good. But truthfully, when you see that much gold and that type of material, it's indicated that you're onto something. So I'm gonna probably do tests as I go, especially if the material changes. If I get another level deeper, maybe it gets better, maybe it gets worse. We'll find out. Let's go get some gold. All right, I am back. This is the spot where I'm gonna be digging. I got my bucket set up. I got an extra pan here so I can do some tests along the way. If the material looks different, I'll probably want to go across this way and do some tests as I go. But I'm only going to do a few buckets here today and see how much gold I can get. Let's get to it. Alright guys, let's take a look at the material that's coming up. It's that very distinct gray stuff. It's got a lot of ironstone and quartz in it. It does have some denser, thicker pockets of material. There is some shattered stuff, flat stuff. I like flat rocks in my pan. Also, you can find chunks of quartz, which is one of the heavier things. I like finding quartz, ironstone, and chert in my pan. These quartz are coated with a thick gray sticky clay. So I got a pan from the bottom, and I love it when you see stuff like this. See that quartz with the gray clay stuck to it? You can see the ironstones and little quartz pieces sticking out of it. So I really like it when I find that kind of material. So I'm going to start classifying these buckets. I'm going to shake this pan and let's see some gold. So here's that material partially washed, and some of this clay on these rocks is really resisting cleaning. I need to get me one of those golf ball washers. But here's that pan. I shook it down and it looks like it's still pretty consistent. That's some flakier bits for me. And there's about a 10 or 12 in there total. I know it's really hard to see. I get the angle just right. There it is. And those are nicer bits. That's not just dust. Not for me anyway. Those are nice. Heading out away from the side of the creek, the material changed drastically and quickly. I got a pan of it up here, and there was hardly any black sand to think about, but there was one little speck of gold. It's not a tiny speck either, it's a decent speck. Which is strange. That's just flood material that just washed in there. So even in the bad pans, you can find a little gold sometimes. Look at this tasty mouthful right here. Pulled up this rock, and it's got a cap, ironstone, and slimy clay across it. Hit this big piece of quartz, loaded with this gray sticky stuff. Beautiful. It's always a good sign when you start pulling up big rocks, in my opinion. It means where big stuff fell out, plus it leaves large cavities to fill up with clay and gold. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, that's beautiful right there. See that? Nice. Hidden pockets. Oh man, the whole top of this rock just slid off and left this area. It's just full of clay and slimy stuff. I don't know if there's any gold in there, but it'll be in the bucket. But I wonder if there's going to be more layers of this rock pop. Yeah, uh-oh. Oh my. The whole thing just popped apart. Look at this tasty stuff. Oh man. Too bad that's not in a pan. We'll have to find out later. That rainstorm is supposed to start in a few hours. Looks like it might already be here. But I'm not ready to go, so we might get wet. Yeah. Hey, now I got my 7 gallons up to half buckets. I like to do another test pan from somewhere, either deeper or a new spot. This time I'm going to go a little up further away to see if there's a continuation of a pay streak in this area, the same type of clay material and the same line. So let's go pick a spot. I'm feeling with my feet as I'm walking what kind of material and sediment, and it seems like there's a little bit of there's something there. I don't know what that is. Is it a big rock? Just rolled it over. So I'm thinking about right here. I could go up a little bit more. I probably will before the day is over, if I don't get run out of here. So this, boy, this feels different. This is soft flood material. A lot of ironstone. Looks like there's some dirty stuff in there. Let's see if we can make it back to the pan. It's a little dirty. Wash off that shovel. Shake it down, see what happens. Uh-oh. Thought it was a skunk, but it turns out there was one little dot somewhere. It's probably hard to find. There it is. One little dot of gold. I think I'm going to do another test pan from somewhere else. See if I can find a place where the gold is pushing up. Hey guys, checking in. I got my 2 buckets. What I do is I bring this big green thing and I dump them in that. That way I can carry more and do more at a time. I decided to set the sluice up here because I'd have to make major changes to get it to work there. I've already threw some rocks in, but it was really deep and I'd have to go on a rock hunt. And there's really just a few big rocks around here, and that's about it. It's a lot of sediment. So I didn't take the time to change all that. This little section here wasn't too far off. I threw a little bit of that overburden that's floating around there. I was moving that around. I was like, that don't look too bad. I might need to do a test out of that. I got it set up here. I ain't using my stool or scoop. I'm just using the shovel, putting a little bit in at a time, letting it clean out, clear out. Taking my time with it. The faster you feed a sluice, the more likely you're blowing your gold out. So that's what I'm going to keep doing until this is done. Now I get an idea of how much gold is here. I already know that the material Looks pretty good. Pans didn't look bad, but you know what? It took a long time to fill up a bucket due to the clay and the amount of larger gravels. So if you like do a pan, it's really only like a quarter to a third of a pan that you shake down, unless you get the overburden, and then it all falls through and there ain't no gold in it. That's not bad. So here's that 2-bucket run or 7-gallon run, and that's looking pretty good. I think I'm getting hazy out here. There we go. Those are grainy bits. Those are really nice. Those add up quick. No telling what's all there. It might be 0.05 maybe. Some of them look like big bits, but it's just a few little bits stuck together. But that's still nice. Guess I'm going to do one more round of that because it was fun. So you might have heard me kicking around a minute ago. I was trying to drop the back end by 1.5 inches. And I think it'll be better sluice it the second time around. So I'm going to run this through here pretty quick. I've made some changes to the sluice. It should run smoother this time, a little quicker anyway, 20% quicker. And I'm going to have to get out of here. Looks like the water level's already coming up. Raining upstream from here. And I'm going to try to blaze a new trail out of here somewhere. I either have to hike back down a considerable way, or I can figure out a new way. Well, isn't this nice? Just chilling out on the creek. The rain kind of stopped for a second, just slightly misting down. The humidity went down. I know, it's crazy. It starts raining and the humidity goes down. It's not too bad. Hey, check this out. This is that 1 bucket. It's looking like pretty good ground to me. So what I do today, 3 buckets, and they're 4-gallon buckets, not quite full, 3.5 gallons, so 10 1/4, 10.5 gallons. That's just 2 full 5-gallon buckets really, and a pan. And some other various pans. Well, it looks good. Hey guys, I spent a lot of time doing test pans today and doing a lot of walking. That's my snuffer dump. Everything in there. Let's spin it back together. See what's going on. It's just 3 buckets. The gold just appeared. More appeared. It's pretty flaky. Nice. Let me clean this up real quick. Alright guys, without wasting too much time, here is that gold. It's a nice line of some flaky gold. We'll go home and we'll weigh this up and see what it comes to. We'll try to extrapolate it up and see what a day would be out here. Or at least a half day. Full half day without exploring and all that other stuff. Well, dang, I hit that trail right where I said it'd be. That was cool. I didn't know where I'd come out on the trail, but I thought the trail would be there, so we're good to go. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Smash that like, consider subscribing. Hey, I said it. Check me out on Patreon. We got big gold rewards going out. And when's this air? Check out the new Halloween themed Paydirt coming out. A limited batch. Fun and interesting stuff. I won't say too much about it. I'll have a special video coming on that this Sunday, which will be tomorrow from now, from when you're watching this in the future. And this is going to be released Saturday. Friday night was the live stream where I released the Halloween Paydirt. I spent a lot of time and effort coming up with a theme and working on the concentrates to get a blend that's just going to be nice and hard. If you want more details on that, check it out. So until next time, get in the creek and get that gold. Look at this gold.